Hello my lovelies and welcome back to Sauntering Tarot. This is your daily tarot reading for the 28th of August 2024. We'll be using the Journey to Oz and Wonderland tarot for today's daily tarot reading. And for those of you that are familiar with my channel, this is the Three Ships tapestry. You know what's probably going to happen given the tapestry that's on the table. I'm interested to see what comes out simply because of, well, my ancestors called for this particular tapestry. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what's going on for you today. Alright, my lovelies, I am back. I have all your cards out on the table. We have no aces, no synchronicities, but we do have 6 majors on the table. Now, the best part of our day, we start off with Temperance. The King of Cups. The Three of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. The Four of Wands. And the Six of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Okay. So best part of our day is literally bringing our emotional state into a sense of balance. And learning to utilize that balance, the emotional equilibrium, in order to see exactly what we can do, or new things we can do, moreover, very readily with where we are. In other words, kind of learning to be happy not only where we are, but in whatever circumstance we are finding ourselves in. Especially if we appear to be going nowhere. If we feel like we're being stuck, learning to be comfortable where you are, happy where you are, is actually a very powerful thing. Instead of being tossed about like the ships on the tapestry, and being upset with our lot, our situation, the hand we've been dealt, and letting that just toy with our emotions, and we end up rocking back and forth, up and down, and being tossed all about. Once we find our center, our balance, instead of just being cast to the whims of our emotions, we're able to actually get down to business and see what we can do. We found our center. We found our footing. And let's face it, Mercury retrograde is not always kind to all of us. And actually I think it goes direct today, but we still have a post-shadow period. So if it's been a little rough going for you, finally getting your balance and not feeling all that chaotic energy toying with you all the time, that's a good thing. That's really a good thing. Because even though you're not going anywhere, the energy's changed, but you're finding your footing enough to actually maybe see forward momentum, and that doesn't necessarily mean physically. It's like you're gaining traction. Alright, the worst part of our day, we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Okay. We often tell ourselves certain things, or we get perceptions of other people, illusions, false beliefs, that kind of thing. And you might find that difficult to release some preconceived notion. For example, if we think something has to be difficult, That's a preconceived notion. It's something, especially if it's something new. If you've decided, oh, I've never done that, but it must be hard. It has to be hard. We might inadvertently make it harder because we've got that preconceived notion that it has to be hard. It's that projection. Okay. Projection. We're going to see how that ties in. We're going to keep on going. Our obstacle, or how to get over our obstacle. We start with Metamorphosis. This is an additional card in this particular deck. Death in the reverse. The Eight of Wands in the reverse. The Moon in the reverse. Sorry, I will explain why I'm chuckling a little bit in just a second. Star in the reverse. The Five of Swords in the reverse. The Two of Wands in the reverse. The Fool in the reverse. And the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. And just so you know, this is our obstacle. And back to my little chuckle there. Do you know the saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same? Yeah, that's why I was chuckling. The Metamorphosis to the Death card in the reverse, to the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, you kind of have that truth be revealed to you that, yeah, everything's changing, but yet not changing. It's still the same thing. Things are not progressing very fast. You know change is happening all the time. Literally, all the time. It's probably where the conflict is the preconceived notion. Remember that? We just talked about this. And it's not that you can fix the pacing or what does or does not change necessarily, but as much as that's not your problem of or in your control of the pacing, you might find it rather difficult because you feel like nothing new is happening. It's the same old, same old. It's the same old humdrum. It's mundane. The wanting something to change, needing something to change. But yet, as much as you see all this change, things for you still seem to be staying the same. It's not moving in a way or where you're wanting it to be. And that's where your conflict is. Like I said, preconceived notion. You might be making something more difficult than it needs to be because of a preconceived notion. And that brings us back to our best part of our day, is learning to find that equilibrium, our balance emotionally, so we can be happy where we are instead of just tossed about. I mean, you can go ahead and, get dizzy and follow your face, whichever direction you get spun into. And that's basically what happens when you don't have your footing. But if we find our balance, then learn to be happy with the situation that we're in and happy where we are, then maybe with enough traction, we can then get something to change where we want it to, or how we want it to, or even when we want it to. That way we can escape that feeling of, oh, well, things change, but yet nothing changes, like, ever. That sounds like such an oxymoron, but that's kind of what we're dealing with. And for those of you that have followed my channel for a while, this is the ship tapestry. We deal with nostalgia and embarking, adventure energy, but we also deal with empathy, connection, the whole still waters run deep. We deal with emotional depth. This is very much a water element tapestry, and that's what we're diving into now instead of just being tossed about and sailing choppy waters. We need to find our balance. Calmer shores, calmer waters. Okay. I want to pull extra cards on that preconceived notion, but it's a general reading, so I'm going to refrain from that despite me being, well, nosy. So, we're going to go ahead and segue into your numerology. I did add up all your cards. Everything here adds up to 129, which I'll reduce to 3 in numerology. That's communication and new beginnings. We had that yesterday, actually, for your reading as well. Yeah. So this is a little bit of a groundwork for us to hopefully get a new beginning. Like I said, maybe if we get happy where we're at, find our balance, gain enough traction, then we'll be able to change something. Right now, we just kind of feel hopeless. Preconceived notion, remember. Try to find what that is. That will help. And it's going to vary for all of you. Like I said, I'm not pulling extra cards. But that's a red flag for you. Alright, and for those of you that like the astrology portion, Mercury does in fact go direct. I did remember it correctly. It goes direct in Leo. So, of course, this is when you start getting very much back on track. Remember, there's a 2-week post-shadow period. You find more balance between work, play, things become easier for communication, you're able to connect to your heart space. Let's face it, we have the King of Cups, we're talking deep emotions right here, so that's very much poignant. Venus in Virgo is opposite Neptune in Pisces, so this is where compassion and empathy help you to connect with others. And you can also be there and ways that you actually can for others as well. Just make sure to mind healthy boundaries. Yeah. Moon in Cancer. You give more attention to matters at home and those that you consider family. And that does in turn make you feel more secure. So yeah, there's a rebalance going on there, and we literally start out on the Temperance card. Makes perfect sense to me, but I'm going to go ahead and stop babbling. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If it resonates, by all means, give me a thumbs up. And if it does not, don't worry. It's a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.